What up? What up? What up?
Yeah.
Let's go. It's football season, baby.
Yes,
We
sir.
are back. Week 2, DFS, Draftkings, FanDuel. Let's get to it. My
Let's
guy,
get
Garrett,
to it.
what's good, baby?
Chilling. Back at it. We had a pod episode. Go check that out on YouTube. Week 2 pod is up on our YouTube.
Talk
We'll
soon.
talk soon. We'll upload this right when we're finished so we can get you guys some plays in DFS. I'll let Chuck start it off. Let's get it.
All right. So this week 2 is, week 1 was we all did pretty good week 1, but you know how week 1 is. No one knows nothing. Price is really soft. So it'll be a lot of chalk this week. And we're going to start with the chalkiest play of the week. San Francisco 49ers running back, Jordan Mason. It's no
Yeah.
secret. And if you play
Yep.
cash like I do, or if even you play tournaments, I would get exposure to him in both. This dude's 5,200. He's the lead back. Everybody knows C-Mac just went on IR like 20 minutes ago. So, it's 5,200. Far as cash games go, double ups, yes, you play him. Tournaments, you could definitely fade and take another route by playing Brandon Ayuk, squeaky wheel, because no one's going to play him after last week because he doesn't look like he's ready yet. But he's squeaky wheel. Debo Samuel's a great play. But Jordan Mason will be the highest owned player on both sides, FanDuel and DraftKings, this week. So that's everybody, Chalk. And I like to throw it out there. Just, somebody might not know what chalk is, but it's when everyone plays a certain player. But if you fade him and he sucks, you win all the money, basically. But if you don't fade him and he goes off, you're dead.
Facts. That is facts.
That is facts. And I got one more player from that game. And it's a sneaky tournament play because earlier this week, I think yesterday, they ruled what's his name? Jordan Addison out.
Yes, he's out.
He's out for tomorrow. So and the Vikings are going to be playing from behind. I really like Justin Jefferson, especially on DraftKings and FanDuel at that price point. He's 8,300.
Run them back.
Running back. I said it last week. He scored a touchdown. He didn't do too much, but if you want to, you can run it back. They're in a dome. It could be, instead of dome, Sam Darnold is definitely going to throw that thing. So, I don't see why I don't see in a tournament. Justin Jefferson is one of my favorite plays.
A tournament play, right?
Tournament play, 1,000%. Not in cash, but a turn. I don't mind in the cash. He has a good floor. 5 to 6 catches, 70 yards.
So we know a Cup will be a high owned player this week just because Puka's out and his target share is just going to – what do you have, 20, 22, 24 targets last week, 21 targets, something crazy. So people are going to run that back. This game has a high over-under. There's going to be a lot of plays in this game, in my opinion. I do like Cup. I like James Conner as well.
Yeah.
I think Kyron Williams, any of these guys can sneak in an end zone and just break the slate. And honestly, they're probably safe plays in cash and tournament just because Cubs target share and Connor, I can see you fading, but
yeah, like if you're playing double ups in cash this week, you basically start your lineup with Mason and Cup. I'm not going to give a whole cash game lineup on the show, but you started with Mason and Cup, and then you fill it in from here on out. It's a couple more players are going to be high on, but I'm not just going to give out every play. Make you work a little bit, but you definitely start the lineup with those two guys.
I know we talked about it on the phone earlier in the week. We didn't talk to each other, and we both wound up like a Patriots defense this week. Does Gino throw a pick? Christian Gonzalez is probably going to be on DK.
Yep.
Lockett hasn't shown much. JSN has been so. It's a sneaky play because Mayo's got them playing.
He got them playing good, man. Yeah, and I know Bengals did have a lot of weapons, but bro, they really didn't move the ball regardless. Like their defense won that game, even though Stevenson had a great game. Their defense won that game, man. Their defense was playing outstanding, and I just think they're underpriced on both sides. 2,800 on DraftKings, 3,400 on FanDuel. And I don't really ever like to pay up for defense. And I know a lot of people probably going to go to the Chargers, but I'm going to give Carolina the benefit of the doubt because they're at home. So I'm going to stay away from that defense. I just don't like paying $3,400 for a defense or 44 on FanDuel. So I think the value defense, and I'm probably going to play Patriots defense every lineup.
That's fair.
Now, if you want to pivot, you could go to the Broncos defense. Fields is always good for a few sacks, maybe a turnover or two.
Yeah.
Just saying. Yeah, the Broncos defense ain't bad in Denver. They're in altitude. Just saying. Those are my two defenses I'm attacking this week. Outside of those, if I pay up, I would play up for the Jets over the because Will Levis is ass. So I would play the Jets. That's the pay up defense. Will Levis is really bad. So that's my pay up. I'm staying away from the Chargers. Everybody gonna go to their defense because how the Saints folded the Panthers last week, but I'm off.
What do you think about this week? And this isn't for cash. This is just generally speaking. You think it'll be worth paying up for Kelsey? He hasn't fared well against the Bengals in his career. He's had one decent game without a touchdown. Last year, I believe he had like 4 catches for something low. Do you think he has a game this week? Because he was slow week 1, and one of these weeks he's just going to go completely crazy.
Go crazy. So, I mean, like he's 6,200 on DraftKings.
Okay.
I don't have FanDuel open right now, but he's 6,200 on DraftKings. At 6,200 on DraftKings, it's strictly a tournament play for me. You just have tight ends in the 3K range that are just in better spots. Like I really like Zach Ertz against the Giants. I really like at 2,500 bare minimum, man. I really like Drew Sample for Cincinnati. Higgins is out again. They're going to be down. He's 2,500, and he played a lot of snaps last week. He's bare minimum on DraftKings and 4,100 on FanDuel. I love him just because I don't like tight end at all. I don't like tight end at all this year, not just this week. Tight end's just rough, not. Man. Yeah, it's rough. It's like you don't have the horses. Like Kelsey's getting older. Mark Andrews just doesn't look like he just looks bad. Like I don't know, that injury just really just tore him up. So like I just don't like tight end. If you want to get cute, you can play one of the tight ends from the Saints. I mean, Taysom Hill's good. I mean, you can play Taysom Hill. He gets those goal line carries, the fluky fluke. But man, I think tight end is just a pay down option. But I do like Kelsey in tournaments. As far as cash goes, nah, it just doesn't make sense this week.
Fair enough. Do you want to go back and forth and draft a 20 lineup, you and me, just for fun? Got to give the people.
Wow. Let's do it.
What position? I'm gonna let you pick first. So, what position are you going first?
All right, let's do this. Let's go to running back. Let's fade the chalk, right? Let's fade the chalk. And let's go with Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry versus LV. All right, that was quick. This is going to be rough because I'm paying up for Kelsey here.
Okay. This is straight tournament. Derrick Henry and Travis Kelce, right? Okay, so let me put him into. All right, I'm going to go receiver, right? I'm going to get glitchy with this one, dog. I'm going to scroll down. I know you're going to hate him. He burned everybody last week. And I'm going with Maserati Marvin Harrison.
That's a fair take because that game's going to be a lot of points scored.
A lot of points scored, yep.
All right, Maserati Marvin, average remaining player is 5K. So I'm going to stay here at receiver. And that's where I'm going to go. Where's my guy at? He should have had probably 2 touchdowns last week. Let's run him back this week. Mitchell. Pittman's probably going to see Jared Alexander. So I'm going to run him back this week. It's a sneaky play that probably most people aren't going to run back based off what his stat line last week.
Super sneaky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go quarterback, right? And I'm going to pair Kyler Murray with Marvin Harrison Jr. I think Murray, I think they get going. I know they heard a little. They, media's talking about how you got one of the best receivers in the league. He played Marvin Harrison played over 90% of the snaps.
Yeah, he was out there.
It was in Miami. Like it is with the first game of the year. They fixed things in practice this week. So I really like Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison as a stack.
I'm sure everyone saw the highlights. Marv was pretty wide open on some plays for touchdowns too. Similar to Mitchell. It's not going to show on the stat sheet, but there's opportunity there. I'm going to go down to defense. I'm going to just plug in Patriots like we talked about.
All right.
I think I'm running them in tournament and cash no matter what.
No matter what, yeah, I'm with you. Defense is just so random, bro. So
Mm-hmm.
running back, I'm gonna go with this. I know this is gonna be kind of scary. So a lot of people are gonna go to Zach Charbonnet because the Kenneth Walker news. They're gonna go there. I don't like him versus the Patriots. I just don't like that play. I feel like the Patriots are gonna make Geno throw because I feel like if they make him throw, I actually got the Patriots winning that game. I think the Patriots went outright. So a lot of people are gonna put Zach Charbonnet as chalk, but I don't like it. I'm gonna go down a little bit more, and I like J.K. Dobbins against Carolina. When I tell you Carolina might got the worst run defense we've seen in decades. And he's an explosive guy. He doesn't need a lot to get there, 5,400. I know he's splitting carries with Gus Edwards, but not really, man. He was the workhorse last week. And I just think they get that ground game going in Carolina.
Now I'm going to go receiver here. I have a few options in mind, but I'm just making sure I'm not forgetting anybody down here a little bit lower. If you want to pivot off Harrison, some people, and just get completely crazy, you could probably sneak in Dorr. She had like 8 targets last week, but I don't recommend it over Harrison. I like that play. I'm going to run Terry McLaurin versus the Giants. Division game. I think Washington wins that relatively easy. Now we have a flex for 5,700 left.
Okay. All right, here we go. So you got Terry McLaurin. So where is he at, McLaurin? That leaves me with a 5,700, right? And what we got here? Ooh, I like that. I like this. So hear me out on this one, right? I know he's not Saquon Barkley, but he played majority of the snaps. And I think the Giants get right this week, and everybody's going to be on Daniel Jones at that price point on DraftKings at 5,300, just because he plays Washington and they're atrocious. But man, I really, 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 really do think that Devin Singletary is in play this week at Washington. They're just bad, and I know what Tampa did to him last week. I think Devin Singletary can have a good game. I think he can rush for 60, 70 yards and have a couple catches. Like he had 5 targets last week, 4 for 15. Like against the Vikings defense that blitz a lot. Like Washington probably got one of the worst D's in the league. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Devin Singletary in the flex. Give us 3 running backs with a safety net.
So as Chuck was telling you guys earlier, a lot of people would probably play Mason here. So this is a tournament pivot. If you're saying, hey, I'm not going to play Mason, how many people are going to have Devin Singletary here? Probably not many. He's probably going to be very low owned.
Yeah,
2-3%. Not sure. Yeah, 2-3% owned. Probably, I don't know what the over under is. I would assume it's around 42 to 44, somewhere around there. Nothing crazy. But Singletary falls in the end zone twice here in the red zone. You're looking at some cash because everyone else should do their job up here.
Yeah, everyone else.
Murray, Harrison should do what they got to do. The running backs killed the Raiders last week, JK, and Carolina just look bad. They look like a bad football team. Number 1 pick. Yeah. Dobbins did break. We talked about it on the phone. Dobbins broke a 60-yard run. So why can't he do it again? Hopefully he stays healthy this year. I want to see him have a nice year. Yeah. And then again, if Kelsey can finally break through on the Bengals, now we're talking like, hey, how much money we about to hit on this tournament lineup? Because
we got him in the mill. If Kelsey go off, this guy actually, because no other tight, if he goes off, no other tight end comes close to it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
He has that 12-game, 142 touchdowns. You can forget about it. Like you need him to win the tournament.
A lot of people are probably gonna ask, but what do you think about these guys? Do you play either one of them, or you just stay away? Because Andrews was
I'm staying away. I'm staying away.
Likely looked like the guy. I guess you got to see it week 2, right?
Yeah, I got to see it. I'm telling you, I feel like a lot of people that game script versus the Chiefs last week with the when the Ravens played the Chiefs, that it got out of hand, right? So like if they're winning, I think Derrick Henry's just more involved. I don't think Justice Hill does what he does. That makes sense, right? Like I just feel like Derrick Henry's at home. I mean, Derrick Henry didn't have a bad. He scored a touchdown. He just in his first game in the offense, bro. Like it's the Raiders. They're gonna be like in control all game. I just feel like this is a Derrick Henry like, and Lamar banged up. Like I just feel like this is a Derrick Henry week, like in tournaments. I mean, like I don't mind Derrick Henry in cash if like it's just a safe floor on FanDuel, maybe not DraftKings because he really don't. I don't. He really doesn't catch the rock. So like, but on FanDuel when you just need touchdowns, I like him over there. But on DraftKings, no one's going to play him on DraftKings because he doesn't catch the rock. But he could easily have 25 carries for 180 yards and 3 touchdowns. Then he breaks the streak. Like he's squeaky wheel here, man. I'm telling you, like no one's going to play Derrick Henry. Everybody's going to play Mason, Breece Hall. Like everyone's going to play these other guys. Derrick Henry, they're going to be scared off of him because of that game 1 split with him and Justice Hill. But I just don't think that's the case this week playing the Raiders.
Fair enough. Let's do it again. Let's do it again on FanDuel over here. See, I'm not as well versed in FanDuel as you are. You know, I stay on DK, so I'll let you go first pick here. This is
everybody.
By the way, if you're watching, I'm putting these lineups in, and we're gonna see how they do next week. It's just for fun, you know, us drafting back and forth. It's not. We may have different opinions on certain plays, but we're just drafting back and forth to see what we can cook up.
So, FanDuel. Let's pull up on my phone. So I don't know my password off with FanDuel. FanDuel, for all those that don't know, the difference between FanDuel and DraftKings is FanDuel is just non-PPR. It's just standard fantasy football. So catches is cool, but you only get half a point, so it really don't matter over there. You need touchdowns over there. And let's FanDuel. Let me see. Let me start this line. Let's get a little crazy on FanDuel, right? Let me go tight end first.
Let's go.
Let me put in Drew Sample. We're gonna get real glitchy on here. We're gonna put in Drew Sample at tight end. Tournament lineup only.
This is tournament. Let's go running back. See what we want to do here, running back. There's
it's different over here. You got the night games with Joe Mixon and shit. Like it's just different.
Yeah. It gets. I didn't know that. This has the night game on here. I didn't know I had the night game on here. If that's the case, I'm putting in Tank Dell.
Ooh,
Tank Dell is in for me.
I like it. All right, I'm gonna piggyback that, man. Let's go to quarterback. Oh yeah, let's put in Stroud. Let's Tank Dell and Stroud for the late night hammer. Because everyone's going to play, and our thinking is this everyone's going to play Mixon because of last week, and then they saw what Pollard did to the Bears, so everyone's going to play Mixon. We just play Stroud and Dell, which they're going to be low on, and that's what the tournament play is.
Absolutely. Looking for a defense here. Pricing's completely different over here.
Completely.
Damn, I don't love any of this. I'll go with the play you talked about earlier. Let's go Denver with the quarterback because Fields is good for a couple turnovers. Let's go Denver there.
And let's do this. Let's go back FanDuel. And I absolutely love this play on FanDuel. Let's go Rye receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's going to play Cup. I get it, but my dog is due for one. Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Detroit Lions, baby. I'm telling you, bro. J-Mo banged up. He gets the fucking Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Highest over or under the slate. I love St. Brown on FanDuel. I actually love him on DraftKings too.
And don't let this deceive you guys. When you see the red and first, I mean, this is going to be a high-scoring game. Don't let this scare you away from Amon-Ra.
Bro. Like they didn't throw for anything. Like Daniels had like fucking 90 yards passing. Like St. Brown is going to go off this week.
My player I talked about earlier. I'm gonna put in James Conner here.
Oh, I like
James Conner in.
He's so cheap on FanDuel, bro. It's just that's why it's hard to pay up for
very cheap. Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me go piggyback running back off you. So see, this is what I call by tournament play. We're gonna scroll down here because right now, like if like everyone would just put in Jordan Mason, and I get it, it saves salary, but we're just talking tournaments only, right? So.
Yep.
Everybody, and you know what I'm saying? So everyone's gonna play Jaden McDaniels for the fucking Redskins. I'm gonna pivot off that. I'm gonna play Brian Robinson. Like, why not? I like B-Rob. We gonna get wild here. I love B-Rob, bro. He had 12 carries last week, 4 targets. He falls in the end zone, man. 6,200. That gives us enough money to pay for another receiver. A big boy.
And this is gonna get Pretty interesting. Let me go Garrett Wilson here.
Ooh, the pivot off of
Let me go Garrett Wilson here.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, we have a flex play, and we have a nice flex play we could put in there.
I know. I'm looking at. So I like the pivot off of Garrett Wilson because everyone's going to play Breece Hall.
Right, correct.
Everyone's going to play Breece Hall because he does look like it's a C-Mac type of year for him. Aaron Rodgers looks super old, so they're just going to run the ball. I get that. But I'm telling you, bro, hey, and Garrett Wilson could get down. He could have 6 catches for 2 touchdowns and 50 yards. It's like.
Also, Tennessee's run defense is pretty solid. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
run
I keep
defense,
hearing
so.
that. I think it's a mixture of that. They are. If you look,
Don't get me wrong. I still think Breece has a game. Maybe not a break the slate game, but I still think Breece is successful in the game. But not one of my favorite plays, and I like to pivot off of to Garrett Wilson because he's going to get a lot of targets regardless.
Yeah, and so we got $8,400 left over, right? And I already know who G wanting to flex, and I'm about to put him there right now. And it's cool too because we'll have $300 left over, and no one had his lineup. That's the cool thing about when you play tournaments, you can leave cash on the table, and no one will have that lineup. I'm gonna put in Jonathan Taylor,
JT,
Indianapolis Colts.
You know it.
Yeah, then you have that $200 left over. He gets Saquon Barkley just did them so dirty. Like the Green Bay Packers run D is atrocious. Jordan Love is out. They're starting Malik Willis. He might be worse than Will Levis. So I just think Indy's in control this whole game, and it's going to be the Jonathan Taylor show.
Yeah, we're kind of would you say we're punting tight end here? Because over there they have Gesicki, and I don't know. He's number 2 tight end over there, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he's number 2 tight end over there. Yep.
But so if you look at the rest of the lineup, like if Stroud throws 2, just look at it this way: if Stroud throws 2 to Dell, Connor falls in, runs for 120, 130. Brian Robinson, he could get 2 in this type of game. It's just one of them games. Amon-Ra can absolutely. These 2 guys right here can just take the roof off. They could have 30.
Take your money. Yep.
Let's just say Sample doesn't do much, and then Jonathan Taylor versus Green Bay, he's going to run for 200.
Yep.
So, and then we just need a Fields pit 6 here, and then I'm calling Chuck like we did it in 5 minutes. So, one thing about DFS, and Chuck will probably attest to this, don't overthink it because so many times, and especially on these showdown slates, man. I'll tell you how many times I had somebody in the captain. You get on the phone with somebody, and you take him out of the captain, put somebody else in, and you're like, man, I had him in the captain for 12 hours. So you overthought it. So stick to your gut with DFS. Usually it works out better than swapping somebody late.
I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars by swapping because I let my inner me talk me out of the play I had all week because I had a chance to win a lot of money and I swap it and the dude just lays a fucking egg. So trust me, if you got something built the whole week, man, if last minute, if it makes sense mathematically, then if it's like a no-brainer, but if you got to go back and forth, just leave what you had in all week. Trust the research, trust the process.
Yeah, only time you'll swap is like injury news, things like that. Coach comes out and says, hey, he's going to be on snap count, things like that. Obviously, you're going to swap a guy out. But I don't have much more here, Chuck. You got anything to finish up here?
Nah, that's it. I think we pretty much broke down the slate real quick. Less than 30 minutes. I want to tell everybody, have a day Sunday. Go take all Draftkings and FanDuel's money and go Lions.
Let's get it. Talk soon. Fly, Eagles, fly.